Hey there, guys. How's it going? It's your boy Brandon Swims, and we are back with another movie review. I could not be more excited to talk to you guys today about The Woman of the Hour. This is a movie that is based on a real case that happened in 1978 following Rodney, who was in the film, where he was known as the dating game killer. So, with that being said, I want to talk about the movie and I want to talk about what Anna Kendrick has done in her directorial debut since releasing this movie. Like I said, this is based on a real case that happened in 1978. And so, what happens is you get a couple of flashbacks in this film, and you get the lead up to him appearing on the dating show, which Anna Kendrick's character, Cheryl, ends up on as she's trying to get her big break in LA. It follows this case, I believe, very well from what I've read up on. And so, Rodney was a guy who pretended to be a photographer and take pictures of women. And what he did is he would use this to get close to the women and then he would off them. It's believed that he killed 130 people, possibly, but they never really kind of figured that out. And he died of Alzheimer's in 2021. So we're not exactly ever going to get an answer for that, I don't believe. But it follows this case, and it's a very interesting movie. And I think the actors and actresses that are in this film really make this film what it is. I think Anna Kendrick kills it. I think the guy that plays Rodney kills it. And I think the girl that plays who took Rodney down ultimately and got him captured by the police is phenomenal. And it just tells this story that is a terrible, terrible story that happened in real life. But the way that it's told, I think, is done perfectly. What I mean by that is I think that the actors and actresses that are in this film play their parts very well. So in this film, Rodney Alcala is played by Daniel Zavato, and Daniel Zavato plays the part perfectly. What I mean by that is as he plays his part, you are creeped out, you are uncomfortable, and you can almost feel kind of what Cheryl, Anna Kendrick's character, would have felt back in the 70s when this took place. And I think that he plays the part so well that you're just genuinely uncomfortable and you're like, I don't like this guy. And I know you're not supposed to like him. And so for somebody to portray a I think a serial killer and be able to kind of make you feel how I think some of the victims would have felt is an interesting concept to me because you really have to go kind of deep and dark in that. The only other time that I think that we've really seen that is when we saw the Menendez brothers portrayal and then Jeffrey Dahmer's portrayal by Evan Peters. I think you have to go to certain depths to be able to pull something off like that and pull it off well. I think anybody can play a part, but to play a part well is a different story. So the film follows him getting caught in all of this. It was believed that he had killed 7 women, but as time went on, they suspected that it could be upwards of 130 women, which is insane to me. And so as the story goes on, you get some flashbacks into like some of the past things that Rodney's done leading up to him ending up on the dating show. And he was so creepy and weird that it ended up being that one of the dating contestants on the show ends up warning Cheryl about, hey, watch out for this guy. And so as the story goes on, you get to see Cheryl become more uncomfortable with Rodney Alcala and ultimately just be like, hey, no, I don't want to do anything with you. I know I won this date, but I don't want to go with you to where we're supposed to go. You've really creeped me out. You've made me feel uncomfortable, etc. So after that, Cheryl's done with him. But that wasn't where his story ended. His story ends in getting caught by this girl that he picks up. It's Valentine's Day. They go out in the middle of nowhere. He attempts to murder her, is not successful. I believe there's more that happened, but the movie doesn't kind of elaborate on that. I need to read more into the actual case to figure out what happened. But the girl that led to him getting caught, the way that she tricked him and pulled it off is so smart to me. And I'm not going to tell you how that happens just in case you want to see the movie. And I don't think I'm spoiling anything by telling you, hey, he gets caught, because it's a real life case. It's not something that's fictional. So that's the movie in a nutshell. But what I want to talk about now is how Anna Kendrick has released this movie and what she's done since releasing this movie. So this movie came out on Netflix. It's a Netflix original. And for a Netflix original, I think it's fantastic. But what Anna Kendrick has done since releasing this film, there's a podcast clip that I'll link below. The amazing thing to me is that Anna Kendrick has taken all of the earnings that she earned from Woman of the Hour and donated them to pay for anti-sexual violence charities. Every single penny that she received, she's taken and given to those charities. And I think that's such a amazing thing for someone to do, especially because she felt like it was wrong for her to profit off of this, but she wanted to tell the story and she wanted to make the movie. I think that it's something that you don't see very often. Like Ryan Murphy didn't do this when he took in all of the earnings from the Monster series with Jeffrey Dahmer. I think it's good to educate people on what people did, but to take the money and profit off of it feels wrong. And so Anna Kendrick taking the earnings and being like, you know what, every penny that I get from this is going to go to these charities to help women is amazing. And I think that speaks volumes to who she is as a person. So this movie, like I said, is a fantastic movie. It's an hour and a half, and I really enjoyed watching it. It kept me kind of on the edge of my seat. And I didn't know until the end that it was based on a real case. I've started slowly reading more about what the case was, and I think it's a very interesting case. If you guys are interested, I can do a full breakdown and kind of get into the nitty-gritty of the case that happened with Rodney Alcala. But I just wanted to talk about this movie because I think that it's a movie that everybody should watch because it's an interesting movie. And what Anna Kendrick has done since releasing the film, I think is just absolutely amazing. Thank you guys so much again for checking out this video. I appreciate each and every one of you. Be sure to tell somebody you love them, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.